Hello, all you beautiful people. I'm Ethan Locke, your play-by-play commentator with the one and only Jaden Woods,
That's
your
right.
color commentator. And welcome to tonight's crucial matchup between the Chesterton Trojans and the Munster Mustangs. We got a lot to talk about, but first, Jaden, what about Munster?
Yeah, I mean, first off, of course, their leading scorer and second in assists and third in rebounds and first in steals last season was Gilliard. Yeah, very impressive resume. We're going to have to see a lot of her tonight. I believe she's a junior this year, but I'm excited to see her play. And that's pretty much it for Chesterton. I mean, it's going to be a fun game. What about Munster?
Well,
or wait, I did Munster. What about Chesterton?
Well, I will say this. Sierra Bonner is leading the team in rebounds, steals, and blocks.
Right.
She is going to be a force to be reckoned with here tonight on the defensive end. Meanwhile, another player to look out for is the one and only Tenley Davis.
I thought you were going to say me.
27 well, you're the one and only Jaden, of course.
Oh, of course.
But Tenley Davis is averaging 27 points and had 36 in the season debut versus Highland.
Highland, yeah. That's a good team.
So that is just something we really have to look out for tonight. And for Chesterton, that's the two X factors.
That's right. All right, well, that's going to take it from us for our pregame. We're going to finish it up. We're going to give you guys a snack and a drink and then let you guys get ready to watch some basketball.
Welcome back after the national anthem and the starting lineups are announced, and we're ready for some girls basketball.
Yeah, I mean, seems like a good game so far. I'm seeing a lot of
a lot of anticipation tonight. I mean, this is also
pretty big crowd.
This is Chesterton's first home game as well. So
pretty good show out too on both ends, truly.
Yeah, they want to start out 1-0. Obviously, they already got a win versus Highland, as I said earlier. So 1-1, looking to be 2-1.
Here's
Munster
the tip off.
For the first win, and here we go. The tip off will go to Chesterton, and she's going to drive this one in, kicks it right back out, and right back into the hands of Bradley. Bradley now by midcourt. Bradley right over to Tenley. Tenley's been very impressive thus far this season. Pass right inside, the bucket up, and a foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a quick foul picked up on Claire Verhoritis. That's a difficult name to say.
Right. The very first foul of the game, and now here comes Tenley for 2 shots.
Yeah, I know you were mentioning Tenley has been very good this season, but so has, Kennedy Bradley, leading them in points last season and also just playing really good this season. This is her sophomore year, so really trying to prove that she deserves to be on this varsity roster for the rest of her high school career.
For sure, Jay, and here's the second free throw attempt. This one is no good, and she only makes 1 out of 2.
Rebounded by Annabelle Bulger.
And here comes the Mustangs, taking it up court. Does a little spin, little dribble right there. It's the pass right to the wing. Kicks it right back out. It's got the jumper, and no good, just in and out. And rebounded by Davis. Pushes it up court, and stolen. Chesterton got it back for a second, but then Munster pounced right back on it very quickly. And so now to the corner, right back, mid-range jumper, no good. And right back to the Trojans.
Kennedy Bradley bringing it up.
Bradley coming in quick.
Oof.
And a quick pass goes out of bounds, but a little miscue, but it still stays with the Trojans.
Right, just loses control of the ball, but it's still very early on. Only 1-0, still got 7 minutes left in the first quarter alone.
So now Ford to inbound. He's going to inbound it right off of a Mustang.
Almost a
James Harden move. Turnover right there. Here's the three-pointer, and just in and out, rebounded by the Mustangs. Running up the court. Right back out. Here's the three, and an air ball. Thought she was fouled there for a second, but it'll just be a turnover for Munster. The air ball by Ford right there.
Yeah, aggressive D, but no foul. Thankfully for Chesterton already. They're really trying to get this ball up the court.
Right.
There it is. Finally gets it up.
Gets it right to the wing, right to the corner. Here's a corner three.
Oof.
And it bounces right on top of the rim.
Off the top of the rim. That's going to be out of bounds.
Now, that's the kind of shot you see when you and the boys, are playing that backyard basketball.
Yeah. Isabel Connors, I believe, taking that shot. Either that or Dave. Oh, wait. That was Tenley Davis.
Little miscue there. Very rare one in her case. As we said, averaging 27 thus far. Very impressive.
Oh,
the young lady. Here's almost a steal. Could have been dangerous right there. Now a foul against
I think it's going to be a reach-in foul.
Chesterton.
That's going to be on Isabel Connors' first team foul of the game. That's good. That's good to see.
And
2 minutes in.
So now Ford to inbound once more. Looking to give it to Claire. And she will. Right back to Ford. Ford found Bugler open. Back to Ford. Here's a three. And it's good.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
And the first bucket of the game belongs to Cadence Ford.
Almost stolen.
Here's that pass. It was a quick one. And the Munster. Claire, and she's got it. Coast to coast.
I look like Justin Clark when he's on, but, oh, man.
Impressive bucket there, and it's 5-1 early. Chesterton looking to make up for their miscues here right early.
Yeah, Munster.
But great defense.
I was just about to say, yeah, they're playing great defense.
For sure. There's that quick bucket, but no good by Davis, and so Munster gets it right back.
Oh.
Chesterton steals it right here. It was stolen by Ford.
Almost passes it right back, but Bradley thankfully quick enough to get it.
Here comes Bradley.
Just dribbling it out at the top.
So here comes Bethany right back out.
Driving in,
Ford.
pass out.
There's the pass. Great pass and a great feed.
Tenley Davis getting her first bucket of the game.
And the first field goal for
Yeah.
Chesterton.
That's not new at all, of course, for Chesterton, though. They love relying on her.
They really do. She's obviously a great scorer as well. To the corner. Great pass inside.
Oof.
Oh, just almost made it, but
tipped.
no good. And another turnover from Chesterton. Here's the open three. No good. And it will be rebounded by the Trojans.
10 lead.
Here comes a fast break. Off the bucket, off the board, and no good. Blocked right there. And fights for that rebound. Here's the 3. No good. Rolls out once again. It's been the case for a lot of these Chesterton buckets. They seem to kind of roll out here.
Cadence Ford getting the board and dribbling the ball up.
Here comes Ford once again with a great find. In the corner for 3. Kaboom!
Bang! Wow, what a shot. We've seen her a lot, 23.
Here comes a long court pass, but no good. Davis tried to get it. Another great pass, but the same thing happens for Munster. Munster so far shooting great from three-pointers so far. I mean, impressive shooting so far from the Mustangs, and they're going to need that because the Trojans are not bad on defense, you know?
Yeah. Vasiliki is the one who just iced that 3 earlier. She's got a very difficult last name to pronounce, so I don't think I'm even going to try, but she's been playing impressive already.
Right on, my friend. And Ford has also been a pretty good factor so far in this game. Got to take it over the court line. Passes right out to the corner.
10
Gets
lead.
it and gets the foul.
Aggressive put up, though. She keeps going up even with the contact. Almost gets the bucket in, but just a quick foul. I mean, get the points up. As a home game, they're expected to win this one, but so far, down by 5 in the first quarter.
So Annabelle Bolger with the first personal foul and the second overall foul for the Mustangs, and now shooting for 2 is Davis, and she makes the first.
Just ices it. I mean, her form, honestly, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it kind of reminds me of Andre Drummond.
Oh, no.
She gets real low when she dribbles and then brings it up pretty quickly.
I mean, as long as she's making those, I really don't see a problem.
I probably would have missed that one.
Right on. And so she's responsible for all the points thus far for the Trojans. See if the Trojans can try to get that lead back.
Oh.
And this is a near disaster, but it's going to stay for the Mustangs.
Yeah, luckily for them,
to
bounces
inbound,
off.
you guessed it, it's Mustangs.
Yeah,
and it's going to stay the Mustangs after a foul there by Chesterton. 3:35 left here to go. It's 8-4.
Foul on Isabel Connors for Chesterton. They're going to bring it up again. I remember you mentioned Cadence Ford. Usually in on all those inbounds.
Right.
That's our first substitution, I believe. Anna Miles coming in as a forward.
So Ford to inbound the ball, and now taking it up the court right over to Miles, who just got subbed in, as Jaden just said. Oof. Wide open, but to no avail.
Yeah,
another turnover.
Just a little bit of a miscommunication. I mean, just
yeah.
You just can't let that get in your head.
Right, and you can't really, let that be a factor in this game because, you want to keep this lead. You're up by 4 here.
Wow.
Munster still looking for the first win. Ooh, great layup there, but no good. It's going to still be Munster ball after the turnover on the foul.
Bradley is speedy. Just blew by 3 different Munster defenders with a beautiful Euro step too, but unfortunately just a little overpowered. Then steps out of bounds.
Right, she was going very quick, but maybe a little too quick there. Another substitute. Brandon's out, and Bamber is in.
Delaney King, I believe, is in.
So Mustangs looking to try to extend their lead here with a little bit over 3 minutes to go. Back out to Claire.
Ooh.
Ford, the open 3, and that is good.
Man, we've seen a lot of 3s from Munster so far.
Good find by Claire there. And another almost nearly turnover.
Yeah, I was going to say they're going to call that aggressive defense on Munster's end. That's a good tone to set, though, early on.
So so far we're seeing
an unexpected great performance by Munster so far.
Here's the 3. No good. And offensive rebound once again. Chesterton is winning the offensive rebound battle, but here's another turnover by Chesterton, which has been killing them. And Claire's going to take it and just rolls right out.
Just a little short on the power. Almost gets another steal, though. Bradley bringing the ball up at the top of the key.
Bradley. Bradley going to take this one in.
Oh.
And
loses control of the ball. Really good drive, though. She's got to stick with that aggressive mindset because it's working. She's getting into the paint really easily. Not a lot of the defenders are wanting to get up on her, but she's just got to complete and make sure she keeps the ball in her hands.
Right, but that's 3 turnovers in the last 5 possessions, so that's something you definitely don't want to do here, especially if Munster's going to be playing aggressive offense here, and especially defense, and you got to travel there by Claire.
Interesting.
And it's going to be Trojan ball.
I don't think I saw that the same way the ref did. But
yeah. Well, we heard the whistle.
Pump fake. Yeah, I mean.
Right.
It couldn't be anything other than a travel in that scenario. I mean, I guess an off-ball foul, but.
Time continue to tick down. It's right to Bradley. He's going to take this up the court with underneath a minute. Claire almost with the steal there. Inside, found the opening, and it's good by Roach.
Liv Roach, one of the smaller guards on this team, but getting a nice, big, strong layup.
And another travel by Claire. That's her second straight. So
like press defense.
King to Bradley. Bradley, another great pass.
Ooh.
And stolen by Ford.
Ooh.
Here comes Claire. And she's got it.
Bang, making up for those turnovers.
A 6-point game once more.
Almost
and a dangerous pass once again. Playing very impressive defense by Claire.
Bradley blowing by.
Very impressive. Finds the opening. And this is another turnover.
So many turnovers so far.
Chesterton cannot seem
12 seconds left
to get things right there on the offensive side. Here's the pass in the corner. Here's a three. And it's good.
Annabelle Bulger.
2 seconds left. 1 second. There's the heave, and it's no good.
I thought that was going in.
It kisses the net, but no good.
Wouldn't
and now
18-9
here as that's going to wrap up the first quarter.
Yeah, that's the end of the first quarter. Very quick. Not at all what we're used to with football. I mean, those games are 2 to 3 hours long. This game might barely be a little bit over an hour. But
And I'm glad you mentioned that because throughout the game, we're going to be talking about Valparaiso and Maryville, and soon we should get an update by Mark and Adam.
Yeah, I mean, currently I'm pretty sure it's faring towards Maryville right now. But
yes. Well, we have a score update. It's 7-0 Maryville after a Jordan Bills 20-yard rushing touchdown. It's 7-0 early in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, as a Valpo student, man, and of course a commentator alongside you, I really want to do that semi-state game. I know Jennings is kind of dreading it, but he might just have to
deal with it.
We
both really want to do it because
yeah.
This is our last game, our last football game. I mean, I would love to do another football game with you, man.
Hey, I mean, if it doesn't happen, the last one was still pretty good.
It was awesome.
Going right into the second quarter, it looks like a lot of the same people are coming out. We've seen a really fast game so far. Katie Ford.
It really has been.
Cadence Ford has been playing absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, for a smaller guard, she's getting those steals. She's getting up there. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, Ford's kind of reminded me of like a TJ McConnell, and you got Claire with all these steals. And very impressive thus far by Munster, who's still looking for their first win of the season. Now finds himself up by 9. And so speaking of Claire, here's that pass to the corner. And this time it's stolen by the Trojans. This time just take a deep breath right there. Pass right to Davis, to Bradley. Open three, and that's good. Yeah, it's Bradley with her first 3-point bucket of the day. It makes it a 6-point game with Ford taking it up the court. Another open Mustang in the corner. Kicks it out to Ford. Here's a wide open three again. No good. And rebounded by the Trojans. Here's another three by Claire. No good. And another offensive rebound. Right back out to Ford. To Claire. Moving forward. They've been moving the ball really well.
And
There's Ford the three. And that's good. It's raining threes in Chesterton.
These aren't.
What's that then?
Yeah. All right, getting it right back into it. I keep forgetting to. All right. There's a little bit of a mishap in terms of roster, so we're going to get the names right from now on, I promise.
Yes, apologies here, of course, but we're going to pick things right back up. You know, mishaps happen every time.
Cecilia Mason. I figured it was Cecilia. She's the one who's been going absolutely crazy on defense. She's just been an absolute force. Number 12 for Munster has been getting steal after steal. I believe she already has 4, which is incredible.
That is, yes, Cecilia Mason being like a TJ McConnell. So we do got the players right this time, which is good. This free throw attempt is good, and it's an 8-point game here.
Throwing it up.
It's
stolen
a steal
by
Bradley. Bradley. Good pass to Davis. Davis! She is fouled once more.
Again, she's a tall girl. I believe she's the tallest one on the court right now, but she's just a force to be reckoned with right now. And, of course, throughout the season as well. I believe she's 5'10" out there, yeah. Tied with, Delaney King.
So here we go. Davis at the line once again, and it's good to make it a 7-point game.
2 for 3
And
tonight, I
now
believe.
Here comes Bradley back in.
This is about getting some
And then
shatter play calling,
here's
of course.
Davis with her second free throw attempt, and that's good. It's a 6-point game.
Munster passing it in. Just really needs to get the ball up there.
Pass right in the corner.
Ooh.
Almost a turnover right there. And nearly another turnover right there. They get to it quick. Here in the corner. And this time.
Still having the ball.
Yes, still having the ball. Yes.
Pass
inside,
out.
in the corner, a 3. And an air ball, rebound, and good to make up for the little miscue right there. That is to Gilliard.
Gilliard, like I mentioned, a huge force. Another
steal. Fast break, coast to coast. No good. Gilliard with the rebound.
Gilliard, offensive rebound, just
and
helping
all
the team out.
of a sudden, what looked like a promising comeback, now they score 4 straight unanswered points, and it's now 25-16.
Vasiliki, the one name we did get right the first time.
Yes.
Vasiliki just, I mean, really, they're all doing really good at facilitating the ball, but she gets that steal right there, goes up for the layup. Fortunately, it's just a little overpowered, and Gilliard's there to back her up. He's like, I got you, I got you. Just great play from Nina Garner as well as Cecilia Mason, and we've seen a lot of Helena Spencer out there.
Right. I mean, it's just been a total team effort for Munster thus far. I mean, the 3-pointers, the steals here from Gilliard has at least 5 steals. I mean,
right, yeah. Playing just
very impressive.
Really good defensive basketball. Not so great offensive on either side. A lot of turnovers,
right.
But that's because of the good defense.
Yes, and that's obviously something you really can't ignore here, especially in a game like this where you feel like you have to win to start strong in the season. As
Munster,
I said,
Munster's
still
would
looking
be a huge game for Munster.
Munster's still looking for their first win of the year thus far, and so now to
Kennedy Bradley
inbound the ball to Bradley.
Bradley dribbling the ball up on the passes over.
Bradley in the corner. Another turnover.
Ooh, gets it back.
Oh, but they got it right back.
Tenley
And
Davis.
now
A lot
Davis
of physicality in
is
the
going
paint.
back to the line once more.
I mean, if you can get her
she's
there,
been
get her there, right?
Right.
This is the Shaq attack. I mean,
yeah. She's already been at the free throw line 3 times in this quarter alone.
3 for 4, I believe, right?
Yeah. She's been very impressive. You know what I mean?
I mean, we did expect her to have a really good
to
game.
be
I don't think
very
she is going
aggressive.
to the line, though. I think they're just going to call it a personal foul. And
personal foul?
Since it's the first one of the quarter.
Yes, so now Bonner to inbound the ball to the Trojans, to Davis.
Oh, in the
Fans
corner.
wanted something.
Bonner.
The 3. Bonner, no good. And here comes that defensive rebound by 4. Or, excuse me.
By Cecilia Mason.
Yes, Mason. Pass to the corner.
Oh.
Look at this ball. Look at this ball handling. This is very impressive.
Great ball
here.
movement. Back to the corner again, up to
Back
the top
out.
of the key.
Here's that 3. No good there. And nearly another offensive rebound.
Tenley Davis giving the ball off.
Here's that pass right inside to the corner.
Tipped. I believe it's going to be tipped.
And it's going to stay with the Trojans.
Mason tipping that ball as it's going out of bounds, trying to get another steal on a record. Vasiliki checking in for, I believe that's going to be Gilliard.
So to inbound. And now a pass to the corner. Fake it.
Back up to the elbow.
To the elbow. Back to the elbow. And now inside to Davis. And Davis just barely misses it.
Yeah.
And it will stay with the Trojans after some great team effort there by the Mustangs.
I think Eleanor Wendlinger knew before she even touched the ball that when she did touch it, it was already going to be out of bounds, so she kind of gave up right there. Tenley Davis passing it in.
Right back out to the corner for the 2-pointer. And it's going to go right back out of bounds. And this time, it looks like it's going to stay with
it's going to stay
Chesterton.
again. This time
so
Bradley inbounding
2
it.
breaks there for Chesterton. Right back to the elbow. Here's the 3. And almost bounces right in. And we got a foul, but it's still going to be Munster
go the
ball
same way it was
regardless.
Going to be. Who's passing that ball in? Number 15, Ethan. Eleanor Wedlinger. The sophomore. Great to see sophomore. There's a freshman on varsity, 2 freshmen on varsity as well. Kenley Smith, we've seen her a couple times already tonight. I believe she was in the starting lineup. That's awesome for a freshman.
So Wedlinger to Mason as she inbounds it. And now taking it up the court. Very impressive playing thus far by these young ladies. Here's the pass to the elbow. Right back out to Mason. She's looking. She's going to take the shot. And an air ball there. And a little bit of a questionable play right there. Maybe she wanted to pass it, find the open lady, but regardless, that's a turnover.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Looking,
So
she's wide in
to
the elbow.
She's going to take the 3 and another air ball.
No good. Shot is off by Sierra Bonner.
You know, Bonner's still leading the team in rebounds, and she's definitely I don't want to say it like this, but she's definitely like the Shaq. She's going to give you rebounds. She's going to get you blocks. But if she can get those buckets, too, watch out.
Good defense. Almost
Mason,
gets a pick right there.
Back out to the elbow. Here's the 3. Bounces.
Ooh.
And almost got that lucky bounce right there. Fighting for that defensive rebound. Sierra Bonner.
Oh, yeah, like we just said, Sierra Bonner.
And now
just
Bonner
getting those boards.
to inbound to Bradley after the substitution.
I feel like we're going to see.
And being subbed out is Wedlinger for Gilliard after a little bit of a breather there.
Yeah, a much-needed breather, too, carrying this offense on her back so far. Into
in
the corner
to Davis.
I feel like we're going to hear her name all night.
Right. I truly believe that as well.
Good ball movement.
Here's that good kick out to Bradley. Out to the elbow.
Looks like she wants the shot.
I know. It looks like they really want to shoot it
Bradley,
there.
good pump
And
fake.
there's the travel right there.
Wow, I do not see that as a travel, but
I think maybe right before she just took a step and
maybe
then
she
did the
lifted
fake.
her pivot. She might have lifted her pivot foot.
Which does happen.
Of course, I mean, he has a better view than me. He's right there, but man, that probably would have been
Here's
a
that
great
screen
3.
from Mason. Pass right to the elbow. Looking for the opening. Now going to take it. And almost rolls in there. Would have been an impressive bucket. And so now finding the open Mustang to the corner. Give her another 3. No good. Bounces right out. Another offensive rebound.
Off by Vasiliki.
And now
What's
the
call?
whistle blew. Looks like
I think it's an injury timeout.
Looking a little shaken up.
We saw her go out earlier as well. Haley Geyser. I think she rolled her ankle earlier on in the game. I did see her go onto the bench, but I think that's an unfortunate loss for Chesterton.
Well, hopefully she can get better here as Chesterton needs that, especially down by 10 now.
Yeah, Vasiliki again missing a 3, but earlier on for Munster. Drive.
Here's that.
Bang.
Right to the basket.
Good layup.
And it's now a 12-point game with 2:44 left.
Gilliard.
Bradley got the ball. Bradley looking. Passes it. Right back out. Going to drive this one in. Looking for the foul, but
no foul. Arms were straight up.
No foul, but it will stay with the Trojans.
Good defense by number 33. That's a very, very difficult name. I don't think I can pronounce that one without butchering it. Tenley Davis.
Davis right out. Right to the corner. Looking for the pass. There's a little bit of a weaker bounce pass. Not
Davis
what she
again.
really wanted. And so now Bradley at midcourt. Passes this to the elbow. And so Davis, who's been very impressive with all the free throws she's been taking.
That's going to stay. Yeah, it's going to stay Chesterton. Really good defense, though. I mean, wow.
I know.
She's just
to only allow a team like Chesterton to score 15. That's
I mean, specifically
it's
from
impressive.
Cecilia Mason's,
I mean,
like hitting the ball out of Kennedy Bradley's hand, who's a great ball handler. We saw her do some
So now
some pretty moves
Bradley
earlier.
to inbound this ball. And now a travel.
Apparently she's got to work on that pump fake. Seems like a lot of the pump fakes they're calling as travels this time.
I think the issue is it's two things.
I think they're moving and then
you're either too excited or you just move a little too early, which the refs do call that, which is the right call. So
it is the right call, but
it's just a little bit unfortunate for teams that try to do the little pump fake and just
Bradley's second turnover.
Take it a little too early, but regardless, it's going to go back to the Mustangs. Mustangs playing very impressive here in this game. Underneath 2 minutes to go here.
Gilliard at the top of the key.
Top of the key. Here's the elbow three. No good. Offensive rebound.
Bang.
And she's going to take it right in.
And she
These
does not
offensive
care.
rebounds have really helped out Munster. That's how, to me, they've been winning this game and taking control.
14-point lead now. Really just trying to get
Bradley
open.
right out to Davis. We really haven't heard a lot from Davis other than the free throws, of course.
Yeah, I was expecting a bigger game so
In
far.
the corner, this is stolen here.
Gilliard
Another turnover.
running it up.
Gilliard going to take this.
Oh.
And this time does not go in.
Bradley speeding up the court.
Here's the fast break. Coast to coast.
Bang.
And one.
And a foul. Good.
Something they
That's
really
exactly
needed.
what I wanted to see earlier. She was putting on the moves on the defenders like that, but we just hadn't seen a really good layup like that. But finally now getting some points to her name. I believe her first bucket of the game. As well as she's only a sophomore. That's kind of shocking. She plays more like a senior, like a very experienced veteran. Other than, of course, the pump fake, which we've seen her give up 2 turnovers on now.
It's going to be very exciting to see how she progresses over the years, but the free throw now is good. The lead down to 11, but still so much work to do for the Trojans. Here's that deep pass. Here comes the Mustangs. Here's a steal by Bradley to Davis. Davis makes it a 9-point game.
Big layup. Cutting the lead down to single
And another
digits.
steal.
And a steal.
Here it is to Davis with the rebound and got it. 7-point game. And Davis with 4 straight points.
Also a sophomore.
And now Williams calls a timeout for the Mustangs.
Man, those offensive rebounds we were just saying, they're killing both sides now. They just cut the lead down from 11 points to 7 points in under 5 seconds.
Right, in a blink of an eye, you know, and that's how basketball is. It's not like football where, we know we said that football goes fast, but in a certain way it does. But basketball, it's quick. Like, it's almost kind of hard to catch up to because, you got someone driving and then it's a steal. So now that they're down to 7, this is very important as they were just down by 14. They've cut the lead in half.
Right, in less than a minute, but
and I'm sure that's good going into the next half. That's the mentality for the Trojans to try to come back in this game here. And Davis has just kind of led the way here.
Absolutely. Munster putting out their starting lineup back again for these last 40 seconds. Most likely going to be the last probably minute and a half of the second quarter before we go to halftime, where I believe we're going to get an official score update from Adam Korba. And
we have a score update. It's 7-7. Valparaiso has just scored.
They touched
and
back.
Jennings is very happy about that.
Oh, I'm sure. He's ecstatic over there. I see it on his
so
face.
now to inbound is Gilliard.
Good defense by Tenley.
I know. We've been seeing a lot of great defense. This is another steal. It is. Finds her inside. It's a 5-point game.
Bonner. Great layup.
All these miscues from the Mustangs late on. She's going to take it coast to coast. Great pass inside. And gets the unlucky
over the back foul, I believe.
Yeah,
it's going to be over the back foul on 33. They're going to go ahead and move that ball the other way.
And now all of a sudden the momentum after all these 4 straight turnovers now leads in the Trojans' favor. I mean, now look, 22 seconds. You probably won't have the lead at half. But the fact that you made a 14-point lead, it's now 5. Going into the half, that's impressive. A 9-0 run right now for the Trojans, and now to the line for the Trojans, as this first one is good. This is from St. Marie.
Liz St. Marie getting her first points on the board tonight.
The forward, 5'9". And so looking to make this a one-possession game with 22 seconds left. And she does not this time. And so now
20.
Gillard with the rebound.
16.
Here's that pass from Mason. The elbow 3. Air ball. Great rebound with the board. Vasiliki.
Gilliard driving.
I think that was a clutch rebound there from Vasiliki.
Out of bounds.
If the Trojans would have gotten that back, they probably would have went down the court very quickly. So it's going to hold things up after a personal foul against
I thought they were calling it out of bounds.
Chesterton.
Right. Yeah, personal foul against Chesterton. 7.8 seconds left, 25-29.
So we get to see if maybe the the Mustangs try to get something going. Maybe a last-minute point here.
Move this up to more than a 2-possession game.
Got to get in quick. Gillard almost got it stolen from her.
5.
Mason in the corner for 3.
No
it
good.
Bounces right out, and that's going to take us to half, 29-25. And what was a game that looked like it was going to be a blown out, all of a sudden the Trojans have taken control of this one, ending it on a 9-0 run.
Right. I mean, what an incredible second quarter. We saw a pretty slow first quarter, but other than like purely action. But man, a lot of scoring in this second quarter, especially from Chesterton, bringing the lead back down to 4. And with that being said, we're going to cut it to break, and then we're going to be right back in the third quarter with a little bit of a halftime break. You can go ahead and refill your pop. All right.
And we'll see you in the second half of action.
We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet.
And welcome back to some basketball action here in Chesterton. We got a very interesting one, 29-25 as we head to the third quarter. And Jaden, what a very entertaining half.
Yeah.
What looked like Munster was about to pull away. All of a sudden, Chesterton said, hold up now. Went on a crazy run to end the quarter, and now it's 29-25. I mean, the momentum has shifted in Chesterton's favor.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. There was a huge score discrepancy earlier on in the game, but they were able to quickly bring it down, and surprisingly so. I mean, it was not really in the playbook for them to do it that quickly. I mean, of course, they're by score, by points for, and also by just purely by record in the past couple of years, they've been the better team, but naturally you would think that Munster would hold on to this lead, but just unfortunately not.
By Munster, some highlight players has been Gillard and Mason so far.
Vasiliki's been a really good shooter for them,
and so is
too.
Vasiliki, correct. And so now the second half begins with Chesterton slowly but surely coming back. We'll see how that all fares out. And a reminder again, it's tied 7-7 in the Valparaiso-Maryville game. If they win, we could be commentating another football game.
Oh, yeah. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but
we will. And so the inbound pass in the second half is underway to Vasiliki.
Gillard
out. Passes it
to
right
the
to the elbow. Correct. And so here comes Munster, who, like we said, started out strong, but they're looking to try to get their rhythm back here. Has the opening.
Vasiliki.
Here's an open mid-ranger, and that's good. And a good way to start out this second quarter, or the second half.
Yeah, good form and a good shot by Vasiliki. I believe that's her 11th point of the night, hitting 3 threes earlier.
Been very impressive thus far, but now here comes Chesterton. Near turnover right there. There's a pass right back. The elbow three, and an air ball.
Yeah, not a great showing by Sierra Bonner, but I mean, we've seen her play really good so far. Like you said, she's kind of like that Shaq player. I think Tenley Davis is more of a Shaq player, but just getting big and getting those fouls. But
I mean, Davis and Bonner, those are two players you really need to look out for.
Oh, yeah. Good screen.
And so here's a good pass out to the elbow, but then turns it over quickly.
Right to the fan.
And I'm sure
he almost
does not appreciate that pass right there.
Bringing it up.
And so now here comes the Trojans after that little miscue there. Right back out. Passes it to Davis. Oh, look at that. Turns around and air ball again.
No good. Helena Spencer bringing the ball up right now.
So here is the pass, the long one from Mason. And the three, Gillard, another air ball. That's 4 straight air balls, and she tried to save it there.
Yeah, that was really
great hustle,
well
played
by
yeah, very. But regardless, it's going to go in the other direction, and Mason to inbound.
Kennedy Bradley had a really smart player right there. She sprinted out of bounds like she was going to get the ball to get the Munster player to grab it.
Bradley, that was a good pass. There's a steal there by Gilliard, and Gilliard coast to coast, and she's got it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've seen that so many times tonight. She's playing amazing.
Here comes Bradley here.
Bonner
right there. Thought about passing it in the corner. Here's Davis in the corner. No good. And another miss. Here comes Gilliard.
Pull
with
up.
the mid-range. And just got the unlucky bounce right there.
Connors
Here's that good pass to Davis. And Davis just a little too rough there on the layup. And Gilliard right there.
Cecilia
to Mason. And found the open Mustang down there. And after that bad pass, she makes it up with 2 points, and it's now a 10-point lead and a 6-0 run. So to Bradley, it's the pass open for the mid-range, and no good once again.
Connors.
They got to try to make a bucket here. They've yet to make one, and another costly turnover by the Trojans, and a little bit of a sloppy start here to begin.
They're down 10 again. It's a 6-0 run like you mentioned earlier, but it's not on the side that you would think it would be. Munster now up 10.
Correct, and here comes Mason. The pass to Gilliard.
Gilliard driving.
Here's that good pass.
Bang!
Another point once again.
Great. Oh, up to Connors. Hits her hand and rolls out of bounds.
And another turnover by the Trojans.
Gilliard getting ready to play some more great basketball. But it's not even going to be. It's going to be Mason bringing the ball up.
And so
Apparently
here comes Mason. She's been
Good drive.
very impressive here. Here's a pass to the corner, and that's good!
Vasiliki.
It's a 15-point lead and an 11-0 run to start out the third quarter. The Trojans looking in trouble here.
Ooh, almost
nearly a travel.
There. Connors.
Here's the three.
Oh.
No good.
Mason with that good rebound.
And Mason's playing very impressive for the guard here.
Vasiliki also
Here's that
playing
pass.
incredible. Oh, loses the ball.
Lost it there for a second, gains it right back. And the Mustangs contain
Spencer.
possession. Wanted to pass it. Now she gets it off. She scored the last 4 points here. Here's the three.
Bang.
And it would
I don't
have
think it's gonna
counted.
count, yeah.
But
What was the foul?
a foul right before the play. And
Right
now a
before the shot. If
timeout
only
right
it waited,
there.
yeah, if only it had waited a second. Vasiliki with her 4th 3 of the game, I believe. Don't quote me, but I believe it's the 4th 3 of the game. She has such a beautiful form. I mean,
Right.
just really good consistency. I don't think I've seen her jumper change at all, but I've definitely seen the outcome change. She does have a couple missed threes, but overall playing really well.
We got a score update for the Maryville-Valpo game. It's 10-7 in the second quarter after a 35-yard field goal.
In favor of Maryville, correct?
Yes, it's 10-7 in Maryville's favor. So, I mean, that's, again, there's a lot of
It's a
games
close
to
game,
look
close
for.
game.
And last time we checked, Crown Point was beating Penn as well. That's a score of interest.
Yeah, I think we, I don't know. I kind of expected that. I can't say I think everybody did, but.
Well, Crown Point's just been on a whole nother
They're
level
both
this
6A,
whole
yeah,
year.
but, I mean, Penn's only lost 1 game. Crown Point's lost none.
I know. It's something to
Mason,
really look at.
Gilliard.
Drive this one out. Right back out. The open three. And no good. But an offensive rebound once again. And these offensive rebounds have been very important. And a mid-range jumper is good to make the lead up to 16.
Helena Spencer, just a beautiful shot.
Chesterton still looking for their first bucket of this quarter. Here's that pass to the corner. Right back out. Playing hot potato here. Another great pass. Good passing here. Here's that three. And no good once more for the Trojans. And the Trojans cannot buy a bucket.
Mason bringing the ball up the court.
Mason, good pass to Gilliard. Gilliard has an open player down by the paint.
That's a blocking foul.
It's
Bradley's going to end up pushing her out of bounds a little bit, and that's going to stay with the Munster Mustangs.
That's right. Now the lead up to 17, and this is not, going into this quarter, we saw how the momentum have changed to Chesterton, and that kind of aged like milk.
Yeah, I mean, not great. You leave milk out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes in this case.
Corner three, high arc, but no good. And a
board.
defensive rebound's what they really needed.
Bradley.
Can Chesterton finally score? Good pass inside to Davis that is to Connors, but regardless, hey, there's your bucket, and that's what starts off this third quarter for them. And
that was a Davis-type play.
Halfway done with the quarter and has their first bucket. So now they got to play the catch-up game once again. Gillard.
Almost an illegal
screen.
screen.
Right back out to Mason. Mason had a defender gone. Here's a three by Gilliard, and no good again. Another offensive rebound, and Munster's been winning that battle all night long after a miss there, and now can the Trojans get something going? That's been the key thing in this third quarter. Pass inside to the elbow, no good, and now another rebound by Gilliard. Coast to coast, great pass inside, and she's got another bucket, and the lead back up to 17.
Vasiliki
unseen
has
been very
start
well,
tonight, and more poor
another
play.
turnover.
Yeah, more poor play by Chesterton. So many turnovers on both sides, but Chesterton's really been giving it up tonight. I mean, it's back to a 17-point lead after they let Vasiliki score that, and it's a 2v1. Nobody else quicker than Bradley to get down the field. Bonner subbing out, by the way.
And when you look at the scoring in the third quarter, 13 Munster, 2 Chesterton. That's not ideal, but here is a steal. They catch a break, and they get the and one there.
Her second of the night already.
And
great
that's
layup.
A great layup there from Bradley, and that's something they really needed.
She was their leading scorer last year, I'm pretty sure. I believe it was. Yes, Kennedy Bradley leading them with 10, but I believe this year it's going to be, I think it's going to be Bradley, like you mentioned earlier, averaging almost 20 a game.
To make this a 14-point game, that one's no good, but they get the offensive rebound from Davis.
Tenley just getting big in the paint.
I mean,
she got up there, too.
Impressive right there. I mean,
I thought she was going to dunk it.
It's not often you really see offensive rebounds from free throws, but when you get them, you really cherish them.
Connor's calling for the ball.
Got to pass it in here quickly before the timer goes out there.
Tenley.
Here comes Davis. Baseline, and she's got it. And she cuts the lead down to 13 in a much-needed bucket.
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful swish.
Here comes Mason. Here's that pass. Gilliard finds the open inside.
Yeah.
Looked like a block there, but it's going to be a foul against Davis.
Yeah, meaning that Helena Spencer will be going to the line. I believe her second time tonight. She went in earlier in the second quarter. Bradley subbing out. It looks like. Oh, no, excuse me. She's just talking to the coach.
Yeah. Spencer?
Good.
Got it good on the first attempt.
Good shot. They just want to keep the lead up.
Yeah, as for Munster, now it's don't let your foot off the pedal. I mean, this is – you got to just keep this lead here because Chesterton, they came back before. But now the question is, can they do it once more? They still got 2 minutes left in the whole other quarter and nearly another steal. But it will stay Trojan ball.
That's the key word right there, nearly another steal.
Correct. I mean,
probably the 30th of tonight.
30th.
He's going to pass it into
little bit
Bradley.
of
looks like.
a
Connors almost loses the ball.
And
What's
now
the call right there? I think they're going to call a blocking foul.
Munster.
Yeah, blocking foul on Gilliard. I think she accidentally she went for the ball when she realized that Connors kind of lost sight of it.
30 turnovers. Jaden, you always make me laugh in some
I know,
way.
I do. I know. You love me.
Alrighty, and so now a substitute for the Trojans, and coming out of the game is Van Clay.
Allison Van Clay.
There's that corner three by Bonner.
Yeah, I can hear that from up here. You heard that slap?
Yeah.
Man, that was a rough foul. That's going to get them 3 free throws. Bonner, I don't believe we've seen her at the line tonight, but from her track record, a really good rebounder, but that doesn't always translate into free throws, as you know.
Right. And obviously leading the team in rebounds, well deserved, and now she gets
I think she has over
free
10
throws here for the young lady, and this first one is good.
Perfect. Just good form.
Really so, and trying to make the next two, make this a little bit of a closer game. Underneath 2 minutes left here to go, and it's the catch-up game now for
She's
Chesterton.
got that Steph. I don't know if you saw that, but she's got that kind of Steph Curry free throw thing where it's purely wrist. Like, she's barely bending her knees. And I don't know if you saw it, but the flick of her wrist was...
Well, don't be like Kevin Harlan and jinx it here. Which you don't,
3 for
which
3,
is good.
wow.
Great job there.
That's going to get
Bonner.
it down to a 12-point
Nearly
lead.
an inbound steal, and Gilliard's going to take it into her own hands. And now a pass from Gilliard inside.
Ooh, loses it.
Found the open. Here's
Mason.
the three. No good. But that offensive rebound, once again, been a key factor of tonight's game.
Outside.
To the elbow. Here's
Mason.
the three. Kaboom.
Bang. Cecilia Mason.
And it's a 15-point game again.
Adding to her perfect track record tonight.
I mean, she's just been such a good spot-up shooter. You
Almost
know?
a travel right there.
That's impressive there. Especially how she's able to get open as well. Deep pass once again. All these passes. Oh, this is another steal.
That's going to
bounce
Chesterton.
off of the Mustang, and now
it's going to bounce.
It will belong to the Trojans once more.
Eleanor Wendlinger, I believe.
So now down by 15 now, and for the Trojans, you just got to still keep playing aggressive. Just
calling for a play, but
can't let a couple mistakes take over for the game here. As there's another one by Gilliard.
We might be reaching
There's
my
another
fantasy number.
Good ball movement. Mid-ranger, Gilliard.
No good.
Just misses it. And the rebound by the Trojans out of bounds, and it will stay with the Trojans. But as I was saying, Trojans really need to pounce now here.
Yeah, they really
here's the
need
thing.
to just get down and dirty, and they need to get the
Munster is making these buckets, but it's been because the Trojans' defense has just been lackluster, to say. They've been leaving the open gal in the elbow, in the corner, you name it. Another dangerous pass. Davis.
Nice.
And wins that battle.
Just a soft bounce off the front of the rim. Tenley Davis looking like she really wants that steal. Bradley, good D.
What I like
good
about Munster, they're playing quick. They really are. You know, they're moving the ball up really quickly. And now a timeout from Munster.
That's a really good timeout.
It is, very much so. But 30-second timeout. But as I was saying, I mean, Munster's moving quick. That's why they've been winning here tonight.
Speaking of 30 seconds, there's only 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Then they got 1 quarter to come back from a 13-point lead.
I mean, we saw it happen in the second quarter towards the end where they kind of got back, but, I mean, this fourth quarter is really going to dictate how the rest of the game and the momentum is going to go for the Trojans. I mean, because now you find yourselves down once again by 13, and now the goal is, as I said, the catch-up game. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's all about trying to make up for all those mistakes, which has been an issue for the Trojans. They've been risking it a lot, but it hasn't been going in their favor. And so now Gilliard with the pass in. High pass, nearly a dangerous one. Good pass inside. Here's the three, open again. Nearly banked out of one, no good. But Davis with the rebound, and here come the Trojans. Moving the ball down quick like they should have. And now
rolled right through
lost
her leg.
The ball, and now back to the Mustangs. And now most likely going to get the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, it's exactly what they
to
need.
make this game even more unreachable for.
Is this the dagger?
Oh, dagger. I'm not sure about dagger, but if they do score here, even the last 3 seconds, every point matters clearly.
Right.
And although basketball is a quick-moving sport, you don't want to put yourselves too down in that hole. I mean, they did it once. We'll see what they can do in the fourth quarter. Inbounded pass right in. 2 seconds, 1 second, and now a foul.
Yeah, rough. Just hitting her. Gets
and now
right down.
Mason got hit hard a little bit there, and now with only 1.2 left.
That was a football-type hit.
Yeah, I mean.
That was hard.
I mean, what are we, watching football? And so now to inbound it is Mason.
Gilliard, risky pass.
No good, almost beat the buzzer. And now, down by 13, all of a sudden, here comes the Mustangs.
We're gonna give the stream a bit of a breather. We're gonna take a quick break and then come right back for some fourth quarter action, and we'll see you all there.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life.
Up on Maryville.
Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
And welcome back. Here comes the fourth quarter action. We got another score update. It's 10-10 now after the made field goal by Wilcox.
Of course.
And now, yeah, I mean, Wilcox has been super efficient all year long, and that game is really going to go down to the wire. I mean,
that's not very uncommon for
the 5A teams. And so now to inbound it is Mason to Gilliard. And here we go with the fourth quarter.
They need to run the clock out. Let me rephrase.
That's what I definitely would do as well in this case, but this time it's going to start out with a turnover, which, hey, Trojans really needed that one.
That's true. Still down 13 now.
Yeah, but to get yourselves back in this game, you're going to need those turnovers by the Mustangs, and most importantly, you got to get those buckets and stop with these turnovers as well.
They keep trying to pass over Gilliard, and that's a dangerous game.
It is dangerous. I mean, because as we've seen, it's not been working, and another time it does not work. Mustangs have their defensive awareness has been very impressive.
Oh, I think it's double dribble. I think they called it double dribble. That's an interesting call. I haven't heard that one in a long time on Helena Spencer. I'm not sure I saw it.
So here's the inbound pass. Almost looked like it was stolen there from Mason.
Almost got it right.
But here comes Bradley. Going to dribble this one out.
Spin move.
Kick this out to the corner. Back out. That was from Bonner. Another dangerous pass. These passes a little bit dangerous here. Going to drive this one inside. Bonner, no good. And a defensive rebound.
I'm not seeing the game plan with all the dangerous passes. I mean, they're down 13. They should be playing safe.
So this is a pass right to Gilliard. Almost lost it there.
Vasiliki open in the corner.
Vasiliki's wide open.
She wanted it.
I know, she was waving her arms and everything. Still open there for a second. This ball almost went out of bounds. Now a laser pass. Here's the drive from Mason inside. Good feed.
Ooh.
And no good there. Gets her offensive rebound, and now a travel.
Yeah, pretty much the second her feet touch the floor. If she's on the ground, it's a travel.
Yeah. I mean,
Bradley, we need to see more out of Bradley from Chesterton. She's shown glimpses that she can really take on this team.
We really need to see Davis take over, because really the first half was impressive, but now the first half is done and over with, and we haven't really heard a lot from her since, besides a couple good rebounds. And now another miscue there from Davis.
They finally get a good opening for Tenley Davis, and then
it's just been the miscues all night long for the Trojans. They can't seem to catch a break. You know, when it looks like Munster turns it over and then Chesterton does the same, it essentially doesn't do anything for anyone but waste clock, which is good for Munster. And that's kind of gonna be the rest of the game for them here. Time to waste this clock and try to get them their first one of the season. Mason, here's this pass right to the elbow. In the corner, looking for an open player out to Mason.
Open in the paint
and look at this. Great passing, but here's a steal once again. The Trojans need to do something here. And another travel.
While she's trying to stop her momentum, she just picks up her pivot foot on accident. A lot of travel calls.
Right. Looks like every time Chesterton has a chance, it just really haven't been that lucky.
Yeah. I mean, no scores so far here in almost 2 minutes of fourth quarter action.
So now a little bit over 6 minutes to go.
Ooh.
And
lands hard. And
everybody just kind of stood around there, and a free bucket there from the Mustangs. Everybody just kind of stood around like waiting for the foul.
Right, Liv Roach.
And the Mustangs just kind of just took it up like, oh, okay, we'll take this ball. We'll make it.
Gets hit hard and then subbed out for Allison Van Clay.
So the bucket will still count, and it's a 15-point game with a little under 6 minutes to go here. And if you're the Trojans, got to stop turning over that ball here. And most importantly, got to start making all these buckets. Try to get a player open. Which they have been. It's just been unfortunate tonight for them. Here's Davis, and one.
Maybe they can cut the lead down a little bit, but I'm not sure. A comeback is still in the books with only 5:45 left.
It's possible. I mean, this is basketball. It's quicker than football, but let me tell you this.
If she makes this, it might be the catalyst for it, for a little bit of a comeback.
Here's what I will say. Trojans need to get it together and stop with all the turnovers. We've seen Munster starting to become a little bit more vulnerable now. So now it's time for Chesterton to take over. This is their time. They don't have a lot. And Davis makes it. And it's a 12-point
play that full-court
game.
Defense.
And they rightfully should, but also pay attention because there's some open Mustangs, including one in the corner.
Vasiliki.
A three. Oh, and just bounces right out.
It's going to go to the Mustangs.
And now a jump ball. And it's going to go to the Trojans.
Wow.
In the Trojans' favor, and another break.
I thought the Mustang had hold of it first, but Van Clay.
Usually in that case, the refs will call it on the opposite team, and the opposite team will get the ball.
Immediately, Van Clay.
And so now here come the Trojans. Time to one more turnover, and here's another turnover.
Gilliard wanting to run the clock out a little bit. Make sure there's no defenders on her. Mason's.
Right. Mason finds the open. Here's the three on the elbow. Kaboom.
Bang.
And it's a 15-point game again. So after all that, the lead is back up to 15 for the Trojans.
Driving.
Here comes that good drive there. Just couldn't pull it off officially. And so now another defensive rebound by the Mustangs. The Mustangs are winning the rebound battle on both sides, offense and defense. Good find
pass.
Inside. Gonna dribble this one back out, waste a little more clock.
I was gonna say they don't see Gilliard
Bullet
on the
pass
outside.
To Gilliard. And she's just gonna waste a little bit more time here. Don't try to give the Trojans any chance of life here.
Yeah, she stepped out of bounds.
And she stepped out of bounds, and another turnover. I mean,
so many.
This is now. I hate repeating myself, but this is just kind of what you need to do here because it's just been kind of the same story. Munster turnover, Chesterton turnover. It's just been the same. And when you think Chesterton has a chance, Munster comes back with points.
Oh, almost a travel. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Yeah.
Connors. No good.
Connors gets it again.
They're going to call a foul on that one, though. That's going to be a foul
and that's the right call, and she'll get two.
On Mason's So Connors will get 2 free throws here.
And hopefully for Chesterton, this could start something.
It's a 15-point
4.5 to go in this game.
Vasiliki talking to the coach, making sure she understands the game plan. They've really got to slow it down because
Free
they're
throw
still
is good.
They're still throwing it around like they want to run the score up some more, but they got 4.5 minutes left and they're still up 14 officially.
Yeah, if you're Munster now, you kind of want to just hold the ball and just kind of play it cool for the next 4.5 minutes. Chesterton's been turning over the ball a lot, so that's definitely in Munster's favor here.
Oh,
and now
off the leg.
A rare miscue there from
Masons.
From
She's
Masons,
been on point
and
all
now
night, whether it's by scoring or
it'll be the
defense
Trojans'
or
ball once again with only 2 seconds off the clock, and that's definitely what they needed right there. They need to take advantage of every little miscue possible. Well, both these teams do, but really Chesterton as they find themselves
Van Clay.
down 13.
Oh, not going to call the double
over.
dribble.
Here's the pass inside. Davis.
Wow.
And one.
What an
Another
insane
great
layup.
find to Davis, and Davis is going back to the line.
Her third and one of the game as well. We've seen those
Very
so many
impressive.
times.
You know, she's got the big body, and she's just able to bulldoze her way through all the defenders, and she says, you know what? I might not be able to put it up easily, but I'm going to give it my all. And
yeah, we've seen those
she's
tough
been doing
finishes
very
from her all
impressive
night.
there.
Whether they went in or not,
I mean,
she's been giving
there's
it.
a reason why she's the leading scorer of this team.
That's true.
And now a 10-point game.
Gilliard.
And now the Trojans have a little bit of life here, but they gotta pounce on that though.
Looking for someone open.
And so there's another dangerous pass. Gilliard in the corner. Gilliard right back to her. Good pass
Vasiliki
inside and got it.
Gets it in easily.
A good find inside
Yeah.
there. And now a 12-point game once again.
Stolen
and
by
another
Gilliard.
turnover. Gilliard gonna take this. Misses it, which is what they needed.
I think they're going to call a blocking foul on Helena Spencer after just trying to defend a little bit after the unfortunate miss by Gilliard.
And that's a little break there for the Trojans as down by 12, 3:48 here to go.
Bonner throwing it into Van Clay. And then right back to Bonner.
To Bonner.
Yeah. She's got a hooper name, I will say that.
I know, right?
Bonner just sounds like give some hooper energy. Get open.
Yeah.
Gotta help her.
Someone's got to get open there. It's that pass.
Try to pass.
Here's
Bonner.
the deep three. No good. But here's the offensive rebound by
Good
Connors,
rebound.
and Connors is going to go back to the line for the second time this quarter.
Yeah, that's what I was literally just about to say. Literally took the words out of my mouth. Connors 2 for 2 so far in the fourth quarter. When it comes to the free throw line, I'm not sure about everything else, but she's been reliable so far. They want to cut this lead down to 10. They can cut this lead down to 10 with these two if she makes both of them.
And speaking of 10, there's a lot of 10s in this game. At
Oh, yeah.
halftime, it's 10-10, Maryville and Valparaiso.
How much? You said at halftime.
Yes.
And that one's good.
Now cuts it down to an 11-point lead, but Chesterton's now got to play, you almost got to say like full court defense, but
Right.
we saw what happened when they played full court. That's smart choice right there as we see Van Clay defending one of the Mustangs in case of a fast break.
Oh, travel. Oh, yep.
And there's your travel right there.
I was going to say she picked up the ball just a little bit early, unfortunately.
So now here come the Trojans trying to make this a single-digit game.
Yeah.
This might be potentially their last chance right here.
Bonner with the ball.
Bonner, pass to Bradley, to the corner.
And Clay really wants to get rid of it.
To Bonner,
Stolen.
and this is another steal. And here she goes to the bucket, and bucket waved off. And it's going to be a foul against the Trojans.
I think it's I think it's called a lane foul, I believe.
That's their first foul of the quarter.
Playing good so far. That's going to be Helena Spencer.
So Chesterton is doing great in terms of not fouling, but
I was just about to say,
in
it seems
turnovers,
like Vasiliki's open.
Not really. In the corner, Mason.
Oh, wide.
Out of the corner. Here's the three. Kaboom!
Helena Spencer
And
with a big three.
That is a huge clutch three there. And maybe could be the dagger.
Oh, should have shot it, but it's okay.
I would have taken
Bonner
that shot.
slips.
Slipped there for a second. Here's the open three.
No
good. Rebound by Davis. And Davis, no good on the rebound. And now it's got open court ahead of them.
Stolen.
Right back to Masons. Try to waste his clock almost with the steal there.
Good
Finds
pass.
the open player but can't get it up. Offensive rebound. And now
Gilliard, they gotta slow
under
it down.
2:30 to go. Mid-range jumper.
They're panicking.
No good. Another offensive rebound.
And then they're going to call it stepping out of bounds on Munster. So I believe it's going – oh, no. It was out of bounds before Munster got back a hold of the ball. So I believe it's going right back to Munster on their own side of the court.
Uda Luga has just been very impressive. I mean, all these offensive rebounds has just been incredible.
She's been a
I think she's
force.
quietly been an X factor of this whole
Spencer
game. Getting those
wide
offensive rebounds.
shooting.
Here's the three. And hits the backboard.
Connors.
Almost stole it right there. Connors.
Back to
pass
Davis.
to Davis. Davis, take this one in. No good this time from Davis. Close one. And now 2 minutes here to go.
Gilliard.
Munster trying to put this game away. A bucket would officially be the dagger, although wasting the clock would do not much
Basilica open
in terms for the Trojans.
Looks like they don't really want to get rid of it.
And now this time, here's the foul on the Trojans. That's their second overall.
No, I believe
And
it was
here's
I
the
was gonna
timeout.
say, I believe it was a timeout, not a foul.
Yeah, timeout instead.
Still, I mean, great play we've seen so far by Munster to hold this lead. They've barely let Chesterton score. I believe they've only scored 6 points so far in the fourth quarter, which is unfortunate for them. They've not been playing up to their full standards, I will say, but we've not seen what we have seen from Kennedy Bradley in the past or Tenley Davis.
Ever since that second quarter, ever since the end of that second quarter, Chesterton has had no luck, pretty much. A lot of turnovers. They've only scored 19 points in these combined 2 quarters, and that's not something you want to do here, and especially with all the turnovers. I just think what also doesn't help is the risky passes. I think if they took their time a little bit more and just assess the plays, I think they wouldn't have as much turnovers. And I mean, Munster's just been great off the points off turnovers. I think that's where half their points has just been coming from, just off the turnovers and the fast breaks. Then they leave the players open. For a team like the Trojans, defense has just been a little lackluster this game, and now on the verge of 1-2 now, and Munster on the verge of winning their first game this year.
Yeah, this will put them officially over their win-loss.
Set the screen there for a second. The pass to the deep elbow. Pass out to Mason. Right back. And the clock is now at 90 seconds, and it's going to continue to tick.
And with no shot clock, they're just going to keep holding it until Chesterton does something.
That bullet pass, and been moving the ball very well. They've had great ball moving. Here comes the 2 Trojans on her. And this time is a foul.
Yeah, that one's going to be a foul. Good job.
Yep.
Passing it in is going to be Mason.
The foul once again. Yes, Mason's going to pass it in to most likely Gilliard if she can get open.
Seems to be her favorite target tonight.
It has been. I mean, Clark has Stokes and Masons has Gilliard. And speaking of her, she has the ball right now near midcourt.
Got to make something
happen. Looking to put this game away as it already is. And now another personal foul on Connors.
Just telling him to foul. Reminds me of the, looks like the coach really wanted her to foul. It really reminds me of that Jeremy Lin Kobe thing.
Yeah.
Back in, what was that, 2006? Man, that was so long ago.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I was born.
Really?
Yeah, 2006.
I was 6.
I'm a youngin'.
I'm an 05 baby.
Yeah, I know.
I'm an old geezer.
Yeah. I thought you were getting ready to pass away before the game tonight.
Yeah, me too, man. My knees don't work like they used to. And so this is tipped out by the Trojans, and it's going to stay for the Munster Mustangs, who are well on their way to a well-deserved win here tonight in Chesterton.
And unless we start seeing a 6'7" Orlando Magic player out there and Tracy McGrady, I don't think we're going to see a comeback.
Yeah, that Houston game versus San Antonio.
13 points in 35 seconds.
Not the case here tonight. They're going to hold on to this. Gilliard going to hold on to this as well. And so
Gilliard,
now
yeah, they're just going to keep fouling until they can officially
another
get it.
foul.
Yeah. They want it until... Interesting play, to be honest, though. I think I would just let the clock run out.
Yeah, if
on
you're
either side, just because now you're just giving Gilliard free points, and I don't really think there's a chance of a comeback. 14 points.
Well, definitely not. And not in this case. I mean, I think the Trojans have kind of just came out of this game, and they just kind of disappeared in terms of offense and defense. A lot of turnovers, inconsistent defense. It's just something.
Chesterton going to sub in some of their
most
of their bench players so that they can avoid any unnecessary injuries.
It's just something that Jack Campbell just has to talk about with his team here.
Yeah, that's definitely. This was a poor performance.
So second free throw from Gilliard, who's had a really good night on the defensive end. She misses both of them and get their offensive rebound, and that's pretty much going to do this game. With 30 seconds here to go.
Good move. Keeping
Gilliard,
on playoff.
I mean, should we start talking about the player of the game? I mean, Gilliard,
we've
Mason.
just heard her name so many times.
Yeah.
Vasiliki, maybe. I think she's in the running
Vasiliki's
as well.
another really good one, too. She's
Maybe
had a lot of open buckets. She's really good at getting open. She's open once again.
She's right there.
She's like, let me get that last second bucket. Looks like it won't be the
fair.
case. It won't be the case here, and so
I'd want one of them.
6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's your ball game.
Some sportsmanship between two of the star players, Bradley and Gilliard at the end right there as the clock runs out.
And so Munster gets their first win of the season, becoming 1-1, and the Trojans are going to fall to 1-2 of the season in a game that looked like they were going to come back in, but unfortunately just couldn't seem to officially get the lead when they had that early lead early on in the first quarter.
They collapsed. They did have a lead for a moment in the first quarter, and then I don't believe they held a lead at all throughout the rest of the entire game.
Yeah, after that, it was all Munster there, and after you thought Chesterton was going to come back, Munster never made that an option. The second half was all theirs, only allowing the Trojans to score 19 points.
Right.
Meanwhile, for the Mustangs, they scored 28. 28-13. Yeah. That's just not going to work out.
It's
obviously.
Obviously. I mean, I don't even know how to really describe that. I mean, coming from a smaller conference, too, Munster was absolutely the underdog coming into this game. Of course, within the last 10 years, Chesterton has won this matchup 7 times.
But now you can make that 8 now.
Now it's, well, no. Now you can make that.
7 out of 11.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, let's get our player of the game in there. Who do you think?
There's a lot we can talk about.
Also because her name is really fun to say.
Yeah, Gilliard. But here's the thing. Even though Chesterton lost tonight, I mean, Tenley Davis played very well. I mean, you just look at it, all the and ones, all the rebounds. I mean, Tenley Davis is a bucket and obviously cannot be ignored for the games moving forward for Chesterton. I just think if they would have utilized her a little bit more tonight, as well as not do all the turnovers, I think we would have been at such a different situation right now for Chesterton. Yeah. For the Munster Mustangs, they win their first game, and Gilliard is our player of the game.
Yeah.
Although I would also argue that Mason is another.
Mason did play incredibly in the first half. Her name kind of fizzled out in the second half, but with that being said.
But it became more, to me, Mason was more of an X factor in the first half, and then I think everybody else played a factor. It was all a team effort afterwards.
Yeah, as they say, coach is right. If we want to win this, we got to play as a team.
And the player said, shut up.
Oh, man. All right, well, with that being said, that's going to close it out for us tonight.
Yes,
Ethan, any final remarks?
I mean, this was our first game of the year. 9 more to go.
That's true.
I'm very excited.
In December. Our next game is in December.
That is correct. And, yeah, I really got nothing else to say.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to wrap things up. So I'm Ethan Locke.
And I'm Jaden Woods.
And what do you not get lost in?
The stars, hopefully.
Don't you dare.
Have a wonderful night.